Yippee! Okay, why am I facing that way? Okay.
And that's why I hate gay people.
Wow! That's what we're opening stream with. Thanks. Amazing. That's great. Anyway, who up acing day attorney?
Not me.
Not you. You're just here.
What? I'm just here.
That's fine.
It's me. Me.
Hi, me.
Okay, so reminder for what happened in this case before. I remember it's been a while. They were at the yokai place, and then there was the guy in the mask, and then the guy that was dressed as the Tengu, and then they were saying that some like the killer is like a Tengu. I don't know.
Yeah, they're saying that a demon done it. And then the mayor is a pro wrestler or something, I think was implied.
Let me look through the court record again real quick.
There's a weird European guy... with perfume.
Yeah. So there's this guy, who is also this guy. This guy's the dead guy. No, this guy's the one that's being accused. He's
yeah. He's dead, yeah.
He's the dead
fox
guy.
Is dead.
Yeah. This guy's the one being accused. And then this guy's probably the real murderer.
He's well, we know he's the murderer because they showed us an animatic at the beginning of the
case. Oh
yeah,
they did. Okay.
Where he like ran him through or something. That guy's not him. He's like a
This guy's
he thinks
like
he's a superhero.
Yeah, this guy's like
he thinks he's
all might want to be.
That guy's a raccoon.
Yep. And then this is the
she's got
daughter of this guy. She's got depression. She thinks Apollo's a demon. So that's fun. Cool. Okay. Right. Okay. You okay, Athena? You've been really antsy ever since we got here.
I'm just excited. This is my first real court case after all.
Yeah, a real ball of excitement she is. I know just what she needs. Athena!
Did you ever learn about indoor and outdoor voices?
I'm just trying to show you the best way to relieve your pre-trial jitters.
By scaring the daylights out of me?
No. I find that shouting, "I'm fine!" in a loud voice really relieves stress.
Oh my god.
Oh, Apollo.
I'm fine.
Oh, Apollo. It's part of my Chords of Steel voice workout, and a must before every trial.
You want me to shout? Here?
That's right. Here. I'll go first. Then you try. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine!
Alright. I'm Athena Sykes. And I'm fine!
When you gaslight yourself.
I think that actually worked.
I thought it might help. Always works for me. Oh, Apollo, so you're always gaslighting yourself. An old friend of mine from junior high and I say it all the time.
I see. A proven remedy to calm the soul. I like it. Hey, how about we finish off with a race around the courthouse?
The point is to relieve stress, not get totally exhausted. Oh, Phoenix. Should I roll a dice?
You know what we should do? Yeah, I was
yeah. Okay. That's my d6. Right, odds or evens?
Odds.
1. You're Phoenix.
Cool. What's with all the racket, you two?
Ah, Mr. Wright. Just a little voice workout. Hey, what's with the suit?
Oh, this? I was thinking about getting my attorney's badge back, that's all.
That's all? That's huge news! But why now?
I have a feeling I'll be needed in the courtroom again sometime soon. But we can talk about that another time.
Why is he psychic all of a sudden? No fair. Inquiring minds. Inquiring minds want to know. I was like, what does that sentence say? But wow. I'm so used to him and his usual laid-back clothes.
He's used to homeless Phoenix.
He finally shaved. That suit makes him look like $1 million.
By the way, have you heard about the prosecutor assigned to this case?
Yeah, he's serving time, but before that, he was a prosecutor. He also uses psychology?
That's right. I've heard the rumors about how he was back before his conviction. Using the power of suggestion, he can make even the most stalwart defendants confess.
So, wait, isn't that literally illegal? Isn't that literally illegal? Psychology in the courtroom. Been hearing a lot about that lately. So, he must be a pretty scary guy, considering he's a prison inmate and all. Why are they letting a convict be in it? Okay. I shouldn't question this, it's Ace Attorney.
So they say. They also say he'll cut you down if you talk too much.
Ah! I knew he was gonna be bad news.
It's probably just hyperbole. At least I hope, for your sake.
Wait, so is it true or not?
Let's just say you should be concise and choose your words carefully. If you'd like to keep that head of yours attached to the rest of your body, that is.
Yikes. Better tone down my cords of steel, too.
Oh my god. Oh, bye, Robin.
Oh, rip.
So, are you all ready? It might be a good idea to check the court record again before stepping into the ring. Because it's been a month.
Right, Mr. Wright, but I'm fine.
I'll be watching from the gallery. Good luck!
You may be fine, Apollo, but I'm not. What do we actually have here? Oh yeah, Tenma Taro, the Tengu.
The legend scroll.
Yeah.
We've got a big curse word.
The flower.
Boost courage.
Okay. Newspaper photo. Oh, right, the flying Tengu.
Yeah.
And then the diagram.
The air duct's gonna be important, I'm sure.
Yeah, because I think Jinxie like heard something, and then yeah.
With a camera.
Yes, and then the statue.
The bloody statue. That was the murder weapon, I think.
Yes. The photo.
That's the murder scene. Oh, it wasn't the murder weapon. It's what knocked him out. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. And then the mask. The photo of the thingy. Okay. After leaving the scene and calling the police, they passed each other at a bend in the hall as he made for the foyer. He was carrying stuff like implement that jingled. Called for help because there was no one else in the hall. Okay. And
the fact that there's a time on that, I think, is going to be important.
Yeah, 3 p.m. There
was another one with a time on it as well. No, not that one. It was on the other page, I think. The article.
3:40. Okay. Interesting. All right. Thanks.
Okay, let's do this.
Oh, hi, Crimson. The odds of pulling this off are ridiculously low, but that's nothing new. Believe in our clients, seek the truth. That's all we can do. Hang in there, Medhemma. Here comes justice!
Wah, 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 wah. Crimson's a VTuber. Why isn't he in the... Why aren't they in the... I'm gonna quit. Server.
In this... That's true! Someone should add Crimson to the server.
All rise!
Oh, okay, so do you want to be the judge or the prosecutor? Do you have a preference, or should I roll again?
I'll be the prosecutor.
Okay. I haven't used my judge voice in a while.
Get your shit together.
Court is now in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Oh, I forgot I changed his outfit.
Oh my god! This is so stupid.
Apollo Justice, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. I'd know that big booming voice anywhere, as chipper as ever, eh, Mr. Justice? But who is the young lady next to you?
I'm Athena Sykes, Mr. Justice's junior partner and fresh out of law school.
Well now, full of beans too, eh? Full of beans? Okay, excellent. Makes an old man feel young again.
Is it the cheap little beans from the
Oh
Airbnb?
my god. No for the prosecution. It's empty. It appears the prosecution is not ready yet. Oh god. Should I roll the dice for this guy?
I've heard that if the prosecutor isn't here in 15 minutes, then legally we win the case.
That's so true. Should I roll?
Yeah, just roll for him.
Okay. Shit. That is a 5. That's you.
Oh my god. Never fear, for I shall explain. It's just a minor procedural complication, Your Honor. The prosecutor for this case is being escorted from prison as we speak.
Prison? Oh yes, of course. I almost forgot that he is currently serving time. If the prosecutor isn't here, we win and can all go home. Ah.
Yup, Prosecutor Blackquill's an inmate.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so for murder?
That's cool. Yeah, sure, why not?
Who better to judge murderers than a murderer?
So true.
But even a convicted murderer still got a job to do and duties to perform.
No, that is not how
That's
the law
not
works.
Oh my god, Ace
Very
Attorney!
much not how the law works. Is he not wearing socks?
I work into a kitchen and sliced up all their tomatoes. Also, hi, Amme. Oh, this guy's an edgelord. Okay.
For fuck's sake.
Who's that with his back to us over there?
Hey, Crimson, do you want to come and voice the edgelord?
Oh my god, do you? If you're like
Are you
free?
free?
If you're free, do you want to voice act with us? Or at the
almost like-
gym? Okay.
You'll love the Ame, it's a hostile message. Why is edgelord censored?
Did edgelord get? It's not censored on my side.
Edgelord got censored for me on Twitch actual, but it might be my filter settings.
Oh my god.
Trying to get the ability to breathe easier.
Damn. Imagine breathing.
Just actually, that's a good point. Where's my nose spray?
Oh my god.
Hang on. Oh my god. That's him. I'm sure of it. Professor Professor Blackquill. Prosecutor Blackquill. I gotta do my other side now.
Is the prosecution ready?
Oh,
Remember, kids, if you stop breathing, you unalive. That's the
oh my god,
factual
my throat is
information.
burning now.
Oh no.
Oh. What does he have in his mouth? Is that a fish? Oh, it's a feather.
Oh yeah, because he's Blackquill.
Oh, this is stupid. Enough jabbering. Get on with it already.
Is he
If you join us,
supposed
Crimson, you can take him over.
Is he supposed to be like? Because you know how everyone in this case so far has represented some kind of animal. I looked at him and I thought raccoon.
Raccoon? He's got a feather in his mouth, mate.
I know, but I just looked at him and I thought raccoon.
Oh my god.
Ah, of course. Forgive me. Why are all the people related to this case so scary? Very well, Prosecutor Blackquill. Oh, I didn't get to read that before it changed. Ah, what's the matter? What did you even say? Oh, your opening statement. Okay.
Jingle jingle. Must we continue to fritter away time like this?
He even has the, like, pretentious movements.
It is all right there in the indictment. An opening statement would be pointless. He's so full of himself. I don't know
Could be an
how.
owl, that's
first of all,
true.
I hate his hair. Let's get that out in the open. If we could get rid of this massive fuck off ponytail, I could tolerate him a bit more.
Pointless. Oh, well. Oh, he's supposed to be a hawk. Okay, interesting. Looks like the cat, or in this case the prosecutor, has the judge's tongue.
But we need an opening statement as an overview of the case at hand.
Oh, thanks for the hydrate.
Huh. Well then, your baldness. If it's so very important, why don't you do the honors?
Who, me?
Hang on, look, I like your hydrate's name is Cool Water XXX.
Yeah.
There's a term for people who whine and fuss about how they need silly, useless things. And then decide they no longer want them once it's theirs. A selfish old fool.
Huh?
Wait, was that the prosecution's opening statement?
Old dotard such as you are a plague upon the young.
Throw this man in jail again.
Well, you've got a massive
please.
white streak in your hair. I pity your poor grandchildren. Or is it great-grandchildren? Oh!
All these years I thought the opening statement was the prosecutor's job. But I suppose I could give it a try. Might be a nice change of pace.
Oh my god.
That's
what?
all you got out of that?
He actually fell for that? This judge is a dumbass.
That must have been the power of suggestion Mr. Wright was talking about.
Power of suggestion, my ass.
The opening statement, huh? Let's see here. The victim was one Rex Cuby, alderman of Ninetails Vale. And the defendant, Damien Penma, mayor of Tenma Town, is accused of his murder.
Tenma Town. And why, pray tell, was the mayor arrested?
His prints were on the murder weapon. Plus, he had a motive. The elimination of the biggest roadblock to the municipal merger. The caretaker and the secretary, who are the potential suspects, both have alibis. And his daughter, who was also the victim, who was also in the vicinity at the time. My phone is covering. My phone is covering like part of the screen. Anyway, who was also in the vicinity at the time of the incident, has no motive.
So, in a nutshell,
Well, I'd have to say, the charges against the defendant are incontrovertible.
Yes, that is what that says.
yeah, that's the right word. Bravo, your baldness. Your years of experience shine bright like your head.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Oh.
Okay.
He's playing Simon Says with the judge.
Moving right along now, let's hear from our first witness for today, Detective Fulbright.
Oh, please, no, save me.
Witness, please state your name and occupation.
I am the detective assigned to this case, Bobby Fulbright.
I love his music.
Oh, and I'll also be keeping tabs on old Black Quill here.
I also heard you would provide protection if it ever came to that.
It would seem that I have been sorely underestimated.
Wait, who's protecting who from what?
Still, I truly believe anyone can turn their life around, even if it's Whoa! Fulbright, save your platitudes for funerals. Get on with your statement. That's the spirit. Justice must be swift and true. I see it in your eyes. There is hope for your rehabilitation and return to society. I will never give up on you.
Prosecutor Blackquill doesn't seem to intimidate Detective Fulbright.
Well, you know what they say, ignorance is bliss.
Oh, so that's why Detective Fulbright was assigned to Blackquill. He's so oblivious.
Oh my god.
Now, let's have your first statement, Detective Fulbright.
You got it! But first, I'd like to say to the defense that justice will ultimately prevail.
If you say so.
Alderman Cuby was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall. The fingerprints of the defendant, Damien Tenma, were found on the murder weapon.
Milk just redeemed. Yeah. Witness testimony.
At the time, Alderman Cuby was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested. Mayor Tenma attacked his helpless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab. But the sudden pain? I am French! But the sudden pain jolted the victim awake!
Where have I gone with this?
And he grabbed a statue and struck back!
Older Meow and QB had been slipped some kind of sleep-inducing drug, yeah? This is
That's
the better version
right.
of Fulbright.
The accused was scared because the other one was a former pro wrestler. So he slipped him a drug to make sure he'd be out cold and defenseless. Here's the autopsy report to prove it.
Cause of death after the spear, estimated time of death around 3:20 p.m. Yeah. Okay. And the victim managed to attack his attacker despite being impaled by a spear, yeah? That sounds almost superhuman, yeah? Is it even possible, yeah?
Well, he was a former pro wrestler after all. That spear was probably nothing more than a mosquito bite to him.
Objection!
I mean, the mosquito bite killed him, so...
Not so fast. Don't try to brush it all off by saying the alderman had been a pro wrestler, yeah? Do you really expect us to believe he could fight back after being skewered by a spear, yeah?
Never heard of the incredible feats of which man is capable of in a pinch, have you? Like the samurai of yore, wrestlers can battle through intense pain. It sharpens their senses.
Okay, and you would know this how?
I used to talk about it with a former wrestler I met in the Quink.
I don't know. It sounds a little far-fetched, yeah.
Does it now? Then perhaps we should test the theory on you with the edge of my blade.
Who lets him carry it? Like, he's a convict! Who gave him a sword? I didn't sign up for this, yeah? Oh my god.
And so your life is spared. For now.
Please let those shackles be made of titanium, yeah? I don't want to die, yeah?
My investigations are as thorough as they are foolproof, or my name isn't Fulbright.
Okay.
I vow to resign immediately if I ever make a false arrest. The accused prints were on the weapon, and he's the one person without an alibi. Quite decisive evidence, wouldn't you agree, your baldness?
The defendant is sounding guiltier by the meownit. He has the judge leaning toward a guilty verdict, yeah. And the trial's just barely begun, yeah.
What's more, a curious rumor about the accused is making the rounds.
More like full blight? Oh, so true.
They say he seeks the merger for the purpose of freeing Tenma Taro from his imprisonment. Truth be told, I can think of no real reason to show interest in that backwards burg. Perhaps he's a complete nutter and really does seek to release an imaginary demon. Either way, he is a wafting mad and more than capable of murdering the alderman.
That mayor is a strange one, alright. I heard he went to a blood drive, but instead of donating, I couldn't finish reading that in time.
He tried to make a withdrawal.
God. Order! There will be no gossiping in my court, yeah.
Your baldness. Please take a gander at the charms plastered across his cranium. car. I'm just going up at the minute. I hear they're meant to keep him safe from possession by the demon Tenmataro. Then again
what? Finish your thought, dude.
perhaps he's already under the demon's spell. Behold! The lunatic appears poised to lunge at you at any moment!
Oh, it's 5 minutes. Oh, we're free.
Oh, thank fuck.
The rumors and quirks of Mayor Tenma have no relevance to this case. Besides, those charms on his head, they're just a fashion statement, I think.
Come to think of it, such things don't seem relevant to the case, do they?
Hang on, where's my Valley Girl at?
Oh my god.
The prosecution will refrain from dragging our client's reputation through the mud.
Oh, what a dreadfully fearsome lass we have here.
Thanks for that lifeline, Athena.
Careful, Apollo. He has the judge dancing in the palm of his hand. The power of suggestion is one of the more powerful tools in Simon Blackwell's arsenal.
I like this woman. Do you see this woman in the back?
Oh yeah.
Just
Oh
like-
yeah.
She doesn't want to be here.
She's not like, she's just like checked out.
Yeah, honestly.
He's trying to manipulate everyone's impressions to suit his objectives.
This guy really is bad news.
In any case, it seems the victim did manage to defend himself despite being impaled. What sort of weapon did he use against his attacker?
None other than this statue right here.
It appears to be a statue of two strange creatures locked in battle.
2 yokai to be exact. On one side is the 9-tailed fox, and on the other, Tenmataro. Quite interesting if you think about it. It's as though this very case were rendered in art. What a load of shit.
Right. Mr. Justice, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Okay,
Hold it!
So, those weapons on the wall of the Fox Chamber, I presume those are real. Don't you think keeping real weapons around like this is rather dangerous?
No matter what he collected, the alderman insisted it be the real deal. For instance, he had a real demon's club in his possession. Apparently, one of his ancestors claimed it after defeating a demon in battle.
What? That's gotta be an old wives' tale.
The alderman had pure, unadulterated justice flowing in his veins. Whatever he did it right. We've lost a real champion of justice in his death. I am so tempted to make him Western.
Oh my god. Do it. It's like Valley Girl Van Zeeks, but like a Western Blackcliff.
Nothing but claptrap and balderdash, if you ask me. Now stop your bleating and tell us about the weapon.
I hate that how this fits.
Your wish is my command.
Hold it!
It doesn't make sense if you think about it. Prince could be easily wiped off.
You do have a point there. I'd venture to say he did not wipe off the prince because he could not.
What do you mean?
Looks like he wants you to figure it out. Well, don't just stand there, show him who's boss.
I'm totally lost. So why don't you just tell me the answer already?
I don't think he saw that plea for help. Kamakura, Kamakura, yes, queen.
Yes, queen.
Yes, queen. The fun thing is finding phrases to get you into voices, and that's the Valley Girl phrase.
Kamakura, Kamakura, yes, queen.
Like, you feeling all right, kid? Running a fever, perhaps?
I wish trials came with a reset button.
Well, the specifics may yet come to light. Please proceed, Detective Fulbright.
That rhymed.
Hold it!
Come to think of it, the coffee cup was found on the floor. Was the sedative in his coffee?
Bingo! We found traces of a sleeping agent all over the inside of the cup. And that is why he was out cold. That is until he leapt to his feet upon being impaled by the mayor.
What an awful way to wake up.
A rather stimulating eye-opener if you ask me. I too would have risen to the attack, for to die in battle is the samurai way. Paradise awaits fallen heroes, but that hole in his stomach would make eating a challenge.
What is this guy saying?
Prosecutor Blackquill, please! Those morbid jokes of yours have no place in this court. Says the jester in detective's guise. Moving right along.
Hold it!
So, the alderman was drugged because he was really strong?
Did you see those rock-hard muscles of his? I'm surprised the spear even managed to pierce that armor-like musculature. See, look, this is the screen where I saw the woman for the first time, the woman in blue.
Yeah.
Who's just like, what the fuck are you saying right now? I admit, I'm completely jealous of that righteous body of his.
Well, he did look pretty buff, even in that suit he had on.
Quite a difference when compared with a yellow belly like you.
Yellow belly? Who even says that anymore?
It's me, Cowboy Blackquill.
Cowboy Blackquill?
Yeah, and the color's all wrong too. Oh, I know. How about a squishy red tomato?
I move to strike both of your comments from the record.
Mr. Justice's character is not the issue here. Now let's get back to what happened after the far more muscular alderman was impaled.
Yes, well, your average person would likely have died on the spot.
Give me one good reason I shouldn't shoot you in those beautiful pecs of yours right now.
The bullet would bounce right off.
Yeah!
Where is that from?
I don't remember.
Hold it!
Could he really have attacked his attacker after being impaled with that huge spear?
Absolutely! After all, he was once a pro wrestler. The injustice of being drugged, then speared was answered with a righteous counterattack. Kai, your audio is crackle-ackling.
Oh, yeah, Discord doesn't like. I need to change my PC audio settings at some point. Stream should be fine though. But does being a former pro wrestler make him superhuman?
Absolutely! After all, he was one of the good guys, like a superhero on the side of justice. Even though he was retired, he could still don his superhero guise in times of need.
You need to lay off the comic books, detective. We're talking about real life here.
Setting aside the half-wits flights of fancy, the fact is this. The court-ordered post-mortem concluded that the victim moved after his skewering.
So he found the strength somehow to attack his attacker, huh?
Detective Fulbright's testimony sounds airtight. No wonder he's so confident.
No, he only thinks it's airtight. It's up to us to poke some holes in it. That part about the alderman fighting back sounds like a big hole waiting to be poked. Yeah, there's something wrong there. This one. Let me just... Safe scum! Okay, so... What do we have about time of death?
No, hang on. Can you look at the crime scene photo? Where's the statue in relation?
Crime scene. Oh, this one. Oh, we found it on the other side of that sofa.
Oh,
wait,
right by the chair.
no, because he's already been knocked out and he's still unconscious, like on the table. Like, now he's already dead and the other guy's already been knocked out. So like, how could he have done that? Right?
I don't know. I don't know. The sudden pain jolted the victim awake. What does the actual autopsy report say?
Was the stabbed with a spear around 3:20 p.m.
Victim had been in a drug-induced slumber.
Yeah, it doesn't say if it was like an immediate death or not. But like the time doesn't match up with the Tenmakado sighting because that was 3:40. Oh wait, no, that does kind of match up actually.
What is the description on the statue?
Statue. Mayor's blood was found in
Mayor's
it,
blood, but no prints.
Yeah.
So he couldn't have grabbed the statue if his fingerprints aren't on it.
That's true. Okay. Big brain. Oh my god. Did the alderman really strike the mayor? Oh,
what? Are you questioning my sense of justice? Although I think that I have misread that because it said that the mayor's blood is on it, but not the mayor's fingerprints. So this might not be right.
Wait, is the stream audio also being weird? What is happening? I thought I fixed that before. Hopefully this is okay. Your so-called justice needs to find itself a pair of legs to stand on. You claim the alderman struck back after the mayor put a spear through him, but the statue he supposedly used to defend himself creates a major hole in your theory.
So we're right, but why are we right?
Yeah.
It would appear that the defense has a counter-argument. Very well, let's hear what the defense thinks is odd about the detective's statue theory.
There are no fingerprints!
Oh yeah, because it didn't say anything about mayor's fingerprints, it says no fingerprints are on it.
There are no fingerprints on the supposedly crucial piece of evidence. And if you look at the crime scene photo, you'll notice that the alderman isn't wearing gloves.
Yes, I believe he is quite gloveless indeed.
If he touched the statue with his bare hands, he should have left some fingerprints. Detective Fulbright, you did take that into account during your investigation, didn't you? You dumbass.
Oh, this can't be happening. Did I arrest the wrong man?
Also, if the game gets all crunchy again, please let me know and I'll, like, fix it.
You did it, Apollo! You knocked Detective Fulbright off his high horse.
Well, it's just 1 point in our favor.
Who do you suppose clubbed the mayor if it wasn't the alderman?
Well,
the murderer.
If it wasn't the alderman, that means someone else must have clubbed him. No shit!
You mean there was a third party there in the Fox chamber?
Exactly. And this could be the big break we've been looking for.
There does seem to be a hole in the prosecution's argument. Prosecutor Blackwell, would you care to respond to the defense's assertion?
At least the least you could do is look at me while being dismissive.
Your mind is as dull as an unhoned blade, Justice Dono.
Justice! No! The fact that this in a fucking Western accent really hits different. Justice Dono has been watching too many samurai flicks.
It will take far more than that to cut down Simon Blackquill.
Swap to weeb voice? Oh god.
Swapped it.
Justice Dono.
Oh no! This is
A
worse!
whelp such as you has no hope against my superior swordmanship.
This is a trial, not a sword fight, Prosecutor Blackwell.
There is a perfectly good explanation for the lack of prints on the statue. You might recall that blood-stained cloth found at the scene of the crime? Well, it just so happens that the blood was the mayor's.
So, what are you getting at?
Hone your mind, boy. Why was there blood on that cloth? Solve that riddle, and you shall see that the hole you thought you found is but an illusion.
Now let's see. How was that cloth used? Was it used? Oh god. Oh, to wipe up blood?
To wrap the statue. If there's no fingerprints on it, somebody either had to be wearing gloves or somebody wrapped that statue up.
Maybe the alderman wrapped the statue in the cloth? In short, he wasn't touching the statue directly when he used it to strike back at the mayor. Yeah!
Precisely. Bully for you, boy.
Ah, it was nothing.
Apollo, don't let him start manipulating you too.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing, Apollo?
You just closed the hole for the prosecution.
I did? Ah, shit, I did!
Right. That a statue wrapped in cloth would leave no fingerprints is as plain as day. But this also proves there are no holes in our theory of the alderman striking back.
Oops. Ah! Okay.
Now, do you see how dull your mind is?
I'll make sure to sharpen it next time.
A particularly frightening inmate once told me that he always tenderly honed his blades before he went to work, like the samurai of yore.
Samurai? Sounds more like a homicidal maniac to me.
Actually, he was working in the prison kitchen at the time.
Wait, so the inmate was murdering was a murdering samurai prison chef? But who has time to wrap the statue in a cloth? Exactly! While he's
I think
dying?
that's gonna be the point later, but it's...
Yeah.
It would seem that the victim and his killer were the only ones that were the only ones there after all.
I was kinda attached to that hole. Now what?
We'll get off the hole.
Apollo, I just thought of something. If they didn't find anyone's fingerprints on the statue, who's to say someone other than the alderman didn't hit the mayor with it?
That is literally what we were talking about, Athena. Why didn't I what were you Are they stupid? I thought we were all on the same page here, but apparently not. Anybody could have not left prints on it. Yes, Apollo, congratulations, you have one brain cell.
Then who, pray tell, struck the mayor with the statue? Please illuminate us with your wisdom, young lady.
There's only one answer. The real killer.
Prove the existence of this real killer, then. What evidence have you?
Oh, I'll give you evidence, all right.
Athena, are you sure about this?
To borrow your words, Apollo, I'm fine. Take a look at this. Black feathers and tracks, allegedly from a yokai, were found at the scene. I believe they're from the third party who struck the mayor with that statue.
Is the defense actually suggesting some sort of monster killed that alderman?
That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
No, Athena. You just lost what little credibility we had left.
Oh! Sorry, I guess I got carried away.
Going, moving, made me- Oh my god, okay, just because I have black wings.
Mr. Justice, we've no time to deal with objections between members of the defense.
Sorry, Your Honor, it's just, this kid's still, well, a kid.
Ouch. You meanie, I'm reporting explain this to Mr. Wright.
So, is this court to believe the feathers and tracks are from a yokai, as you put it?
No, Your Honor. I believe they are a fabrication. The real killer wants us to believe some sort of monster murdered the alderman.
Interesting. And why do you suppose the killer would do that?
Why indeed?
Mr. Justice, you seem as new to this as your partner is.
Ouch. This I'm not reporting to Mr. Wright.
Oi, fool brat. Explain to his baldness what these brats are missing. You know, the who and why behind those feathers and tracks.
What? You mean you can explain all that?
Ha ha ha. Our investigative prowess is without equal.
I'm starting to think I chose the wrong profession.
Yeah, dude, you should have been like a burger flipper.
Very well, let's hear about these so-called yokai feathers and tracks.
This entire case centers on one man's attempts to crush opposition to the municipal merger. Mayor Tenma panicked when the amazing Ninetales helped embolden the protesters. So he stoked the villagers' fears by fabricating a monster. The strange feathers and tracks he planted made it look like a yokai was the killer. Now, how could he have planted them if he was passed out?
Yeah, those feathers and tracks stoked the villagers' fears?
Absolutely! He knew exactly how to prey on their superstitious minds. Those feathers only gave weight to the idea that the alderman was slain by a demon. The accursed demon Tenma Taro, that is.
Tenma who?
Tenma Taro. The legendary demon locked away in the village's forbidden chamber. From a young age, the villagers are taught to fear the great black-feathered demon. And thus were they blinded to other, more plausible explanations.
Hold on for a second. Before we start letting our imaginations run wild, isn't there someone else that could be considered a suspect?
Mr. Justice, please explain yourself.
On the day of the incident, there was a special event held at QB Manor, and as part of this event, there was someone dressed in the likeness of Tenma Taro. Obviously, this person is a much more likely suspect than any legendary demon.
Objection!
Dullard, you are playing right into the killer's mind games.
What?
Listen here. The feathers and tracks were merely red herrings. The villagers believe the murder to be the work of the real Tenma Taro. However, the police believe that the person in the Tenma Taro suit is the killer.
Yeah!
The defendant sought to sow this confusion in order to deflect blame away from himself.
His objection is much less dramatic than I'd have imagined. Yeah?
His objection's got a slight English accent to it. However, he was knocked unconscious by the alderman. And thus our mentally deficient mayor was caught red-handed at the scene of the crime.
Objection!
Do you honestly believe Mayor Tenma would do something so stupid?
Objection!
The evidence speaks for itself. Fool brat. Fool brat. Fuck, right? Right. It was the mayor's last-ditch effort to stop the opposition before things got crazy. The amazing Ninetales was fueling both the yokai craze and the anti-merger movement. Plus, he's one of the better-known masked wrestlers and the hometown favorite.
Everyone knows when the English folks can be this dramatic. Ace Attorney, probably.
That's why the mayor panicked and set out on the path of injustice.
But do the people of Ninetales Vale really believe a yokai is behind the crime?
Yokai sightings are an everyday event there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
I must say, a crime that preys upon the innocent, impressionable minds.
Just so. A particularly silver-tongued inmate once had the following words for me. The innocent of heart are the easiest prey.
Wow, you have a lot of, like, prisoner friends, huh?
Stop making friends with the inmates.
You don't say.
Look at him, he's a very pretty man.
God.
Was this inmate a con artist?
No. He was framed for the murder of his beloved. I actually felt sorry for the poor chap.
He's the top bird in prison. Wait, so he wasn't the predator, but rather the prey?
Apollo, you're very sweaty.
Yes, well, now then, the defense may proceed with their cross-examination. Okay.
Hold it!
Detective Fulbright is the anti-merger movement. Oh, is the anti-merger movement really that strong?
Oh, absolutely. They parade around in yokai costumes shouting, "Down with Mayor Tenma!" And just the other day, they stormed Tenma City Hall, claiming it was a den of vipers. But when the accused showed his face, the angry mob scattered like leaves upon an autumn wind. For you see, lowly yokai are no match for Tenma Taro, the Dark Lord of their kind.
Wait, are the villagers scared of Mayor Tenma? Or Tenma Taro? I'm confused.
I think he means Mayor Tenma. It's easy to get the wrong impression about the guy.
Detective Fulbright, why do you suppose the defendant would commit such an act?
Hold it!
Hold it!
The amazing Ninetales. No one knows his true identity, right?
That's right. And he was a lone wolf. Or in other words, he didn't belong to a wrestling federation. He appeared like a shooting star, defeating one Tenma Town wrestler after another. And before anyone knew it, he was champion. Like the samurai of yore, surrounded thick with enemies, he cut them down one by one. It was a complete and utter loss of face for Tenma Town Pro Wrestling. He was amazing! If ever there was a real superhero, it would be him! I dream of becoming a true champion of justice like him someday.
I bet Detective Fulbright would be a great pro wrestler. He could even team up with Prosecutor Blackquill.
A police detective and a prisoner in chains. So give me a second to sort this out. Okay, goodbye. Okay, cool.
Goodbye, bot.
You know, I think people would actually pay to see that. I know I would.
Ha ha! So you do understand the greatness that is the amazing Ninetales.
Hold it!
Did the murder and yokai evidence really stoke the villagers' fears?
Absolutely! It had an immediate effect. The presumed return of the dreaded Tenma Taro has them shaking in their boots.
Oh my, is it really that bad?
That superstitious lot? It's as if Jag the Ripper had been set loose in their village. The mere thought of that demon lurking about is enough to spark a mass exodus.
I see. That's a very persuasive argument.
The mere thought of His Honor buying into Simon the Psycho Slasher's words makes me want to spark my own exodus out of the courtrooms right about now.
So you see, there can be only one reason why anyone would plant those feathers and tracks.
Hold it!
But it doesn't add up. If what you say is true, why top it off with murder?
For fun.
Huh.
What do you mean?
You claim that our client planted the yokai evidence to stoke the villagers' fears. If so, then why not stop there? Why murder Alderman QB?
Excellent point.
It is, isn't it? So, Your Honor agrees there was no reason for the murder, correct?
Objection!
Perhaps the killing was on the spur of the moment.
You're saying it wasn't premeditated?
From the outset, I had no intention of paying heed to any of your babble. However, the fact is, the mayor made a startling discovery.
A startling discovery. Why don't I like the sound of that?
Sorry. Alderman QB's secret identity.
Oh boy.
Apollo? I think Prosecutor Blackwell has figured out the Alderman's secret identity.
No shit.
But even if he has, why would it be a motive for the mayor to commit murder?
This is not good.
This patch of fur was discovered at the crime scene. It's from the mask worn by the amazing Ninetails. Therefore, we can conclude that this mask was at the crime scene.
Oh my. But why would it have been there?
The victim was a former pro wrestler and a member of the anti-merger movement. Need I say more?
Well, could it really be?
Your baldness has had an epiphany, I see. Our victim, Rex QB, was the amazing Ninetails. And the mayor's discovery of this fact was his motive for murder.
No!
Order! Order! What a shocking development. A motive clearer than crystal clear.
What do we do now, Apollo?
I didn't think they'd tie the Alderman's secret identity to the mayor's motive for murder.
At last, we've reached my real point. Why did the alderman have to forge a secret identity? Does it not pique your interest, your baldness?
I admit it does. It is odd that he had to create this other persona. Just to secretly participate in the anti-merger movement.
Very astute of you, your baldness. Right, now take a look at this.
If you value your dearest life, you will merge. Oh.
If you value your dearest life, you will merge Ninetails Vale with Tenma Town. This blackmail letter was found in Alderman QB's pocket.
What?
At present, the alderman's wife is in the hospital. And that letter is clear evidence the mayor was blackmailing him by threatening her life.
Wait, didn't the blackmail letter sent to Mayor Tenma go missing? Right after the Alderman's murder?
You think maybe the killer took the letter from the mayor after the murder and planted it onto the Alderman's pocket?
It's possible, but we don't have any proof that that's what happened.
Wait, the mayor got a blackmail letter? I don't remember that part. Okay. Talk about being up the creek without a paddle.
Mayor Tenma would have made a clean getaway if he'd just left after planting the yokai things. but he was knocked out cold by his sudden decision to kill the amazing Ninetales.
So it was the amazing Ninetales' counterattack that brought the entire crime to light.
Wait a sec. Fulbright's claiming that the mayor killed the alderman after planting the yokai evidence. And that the mayor was knocked out cold immediately after that? Detective Fulbright, please add your previous statement to your testimony. Mayor Tenma killed the sleeping alderman after planting the feathers and okay.
He couldn't have. He couldn't have done it before.
Yeah.
Because the tracks are in blood.
Yeah! Can I just do this? Detective Fulbright, your sense of justice is anything but fair.
What's this? You dare question my justice again?
Yes, and I'm going to prove it to you. Take a look at this photo.
This is the crime scene photo. And just what does this prove?
It proves when the feathers and tracks were planted.
Oh, fucking hell. But I already told you they were planted before the murder. The defendant planted the yokai evidence, then was knocked out while killing his victim.
But that would be impossible. If you look right here, it's clear when the feathers and tracks were left at the scene. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Aren't you just pointing to the yokai feathers and tracks, Mr. Justice?
Yes. See how the feathers are on top of the blood and the tracks were made in blood? In other words, the yokai evidence could have only resulted after the murder.
Then the mayor must have planted the evidence after killing the alderman.
But you said it yourself, the mayor had been knocked unconscious thereafter. There would have been no time for him to plant any evidence at all. Therefore, there must have been someone else besides the mayor and the alderman at the crime scene.
There must be some mistake. I think Fulbright's a criminal. He's not wearing any socks.
So true.
What up?
Well, where's your evidence? You can't possibly have any, can you?
We just showed you evidence. Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. In fact, I have an eyewitness's testimony for you.
You do? But how? Oh, was my vaunted sense of justice really just half-baked?
Yes.
He's taking this really hard.
Mr. Justice, what is this testimony regarding a third party that you claim to have?
I have it right here, Your Honor. It's the sworn testimony of Mr. Tenma's daughter. The witness, Jinxie Tenma, saw a yokai in the hallway after stumbling upon the scene. It was the demon, Tenma Taro. He's the source of those feathers and tracks. Will somebody please say something?
The defense will explain to the court exactly what he means.
You dare to mock this court and justice itself? You are unfit to bear your name, boy. Your baldness, it appears our defense attorney here is delirious from exhaustion. What is going on with his face?
Apollo, think of something quick before you're held in contempt of court.
What do you think I'm trying to do? Before you decide whether I should step down, please hear me out.
Very well, Mr. Justice, I'm all ears, but you had better explain yourself well. What was this yokai you were talking about?
It's all in the statement here. Jinxie Tenma asserts that she saw Tenma Taro after she discovered the crime scene and called the police. She came around a corner in the hall. It was around here. That she saw Tenma Taro fleeing toward the foyer. The defense asserts that whoever was impersonating this monster is the one who left those feathers and tracks behind, intentionally or otherwise.
What?
How incredibly unjust! Why haven't I heard about this before?
The defense just proved there was someone else. So the mayor isn't the
So
killer?
the mayor isn't the killer?
Was it all a setup? No words.
The prosecutor is a convicted felon after all.
Apollo! The momentum has shifted in our favor!
Good. Now let's keep it that way.
Objection!
Oh no.
It's me, the Yeehaw. Little do you realize that though you are in the midst of a fray, your sword is broken.
Your brain is broken. My sword? I didn't know I had one to break. Are you implying there's a problem with my claim? This bitch.
Consider this. If that yokai impersonator had indeed fled toward the foyer, that fool and that fop would have seen him.
Fool and fop. Oh, you mean Filch and LaBelle? Now that you mention it.
Both Phineas Filch and Florent LaBelle were in the foyer at the time. But they haven't stated that they saw a yokai, have they? Did you ever consider that a yokai was but a figment of a scared little girl's imagination?
Why didn't those two see the Tenmataro impersonator pass by? Because one of them was the Tenmataro impersonator!
Why don't we ask them ourselves?
I was just about to say that myself. No, really, I was. The defense would like to call Mr. Phineas Filch, caretaker of QB Manor, to the stand. I just know he must have seen something.
I suppose we can't ignore the fact that the little girl believes she saw a monster. I trust you have no objections to Mr. Justice's request, Prosecutor Blackwell. I understand that Mr. Filch is enjoying a nap out in the lobby.
Oh damn, I could go for a nap right now.
Yeah.
I knew that Tanuki was a rare find. But when we captured him, I didn't think he'd end up a witness. Do with him as you will.
Did he just say captured? No, wait, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Very well then. Bailiff, please go wake Mr. Filch and escort him to the witness stand.
Oh boy, who's gonna be this bitch? Do I roll again?
Yeah.
That's a 1. I keep rolling odds today.
I'm cursed.
Will the witness
Okay.
state his name and occupation, please?
The name's Filch. Phineas Filch, caretaker of QB Manor. Oh, and this is for you, your lordship. Just a little something I thought you might like.
Oh my, what a fabulous pair of shoes. And your honor will do just fine, Mr. Filch.
Ah, it's those shoes again.
I was about to say
Yeah.
Fulbright shoes.
Don't they belong to Detective Fulbright?
Don't tell me Filch stole them again.
Oh my god.
They're all yours, your honorship, sir.
What? But they seem awfully expensive.
Yep, too expensive for me, but I reckon they'd be perfect for someone like your honorship.
It's a kind gesture, but legal ethics dictate I can't accept such gifts.
Aw, ethics schmethics. Just take them if you want and polish them up real nice for you, too.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry about the shoes, Mr. Filch, but I will accept your testimony.
Oh, not again.
The court would like to hear whether you saw Tenmataro in the foyer after the murder.
At the time of the murder, I was just on guard duty in the foyer, just like Mr. QB asked. I was making sure no one, fair, foul, fishy, or otherwise, could get to our guest. I was still in my office, keeping a good watch when the murder happened after 3 p.m. But I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary, no siree.
Oh, but he wasn't. He wasn't there.
Why don't you think he was there?
Because... where is it? This. I think he was watching that.
Yeah, but he was watching that in his little booth. There's the TVs in his booth.
Yeah, but that means he wasn't looking, like, at the foyer. He was looking at the TV. Like, he was physically there, but, like, he wasn't paying attention to what was going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I think, anyway.
That yokai you keep jabbering on about was but a phantom of a little girl's dreams.
So, you're telling this court you never saw anyone dressed up like Temataro?
Yep, was guarding the whole time. That's the truth, the holy truth, and nutter butter to the truth. And Tenbataro? Bah! You don't really believe in all that yokai mumbo-jumbo, do ya? I certainly don't.
My bracelet, it's...
Something the matter, Apollo?
My bracelet keeps squeezing my arm.
Really? So you think Mr. Tanuki, I mean, Phil has been lying to us?
I wouldn't rule it out. Now, if I could just zero in on a tell, some sort of nervous habit. Oh god. Ah! What the? What's a hawk doing here? Oh my god, he actually does have a bird.
Allow me to introduce my trusty cohort, Taka. He seems to have taken quite a liking to the courthouse. Made it his new home, in fact.
He doesn't live with you, you know, in jail. Who's ever heard of a courthouse bird?
Taka simply loathes trickery and fraud. And that queer power of yours seems to have offended my dear bosom buzzard.
This isn't some sort of trick or... Ah! I won't be able to spot squat like this.
What the heck's going on around here? Run for the hills!
No pets or other animals allowed in the courtroom. Oh my god. Ah! Somebody help!
Oh, he's merely having a bit of sport. He won't harm you, save when truly famished.
In that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, you will ensure your feathered friend is properly fed.
Looks like we have to do this the old-fashioned way.
We'll be fine, I think. If there was someone dressed as Tenmataro there, Filch should have seen him. We'll just have to put our faith in Jinxie's statement for now.
Mr. Justice, please proceed with your cross-examination.
Okay.
Hold it!
Mr. Filch, why did Alderman QB have you handle guard duty?
'Cause he trusts me. I am the manor's caretaker, after all.
So, you took said guard duty seriously?
Let me tell you something about me. I'm... Yipes!
Listen here, you little tanuki. Get straight to the point and be quick about it. The court wishes to hear what you did or didn't see in the foyer, and naught else.
Yes, of course, sir. Right away, sir.
Blackwell's got him completely under his thumb.
Like I said, I was guarding the foyer entrance that day.
Hold it!
So, no one could get to him. Sounds like security was pretty tight.
That's because there's always lots of sneaks and thieves around festival time.
And the solution was to entrust the manor's security to a thief. That's not even funny.
Maybe it's a matter of stopping thieves by hiring one. After all, it takes one to know one.
Like having a murderer as a prosecutor? I don't know, it seems more like letting the fox guard the hen house to me.
So the witness testifies that he took his guard duty seriously?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, yes, sir.
you really keep an eye on the foyer the entire time?
Real filthy. Been working hard my whole life. Only smeared me as a green advantage. Man, still your haircut. Sorry, mustard. Get off there.
Sheesh. Buckle didn't even say anything.
To answer your question, yes, I kept an eye. No. Both of them back. I'll foyer.
That's a lie. Where is it?
Objection!
There we go. Corey audio. Oh, is it? Wait, let me. God damn it. Why is it doing this? Okay, maybe this is better. Hopefully. Don't lie to the court like that, Mr. Filch.
Hey, it ain't right to bushwhack a fellow like that.
Unfortunately for you, I have evidence that proves you're lying. If you look at this TV listing here, you'll see that at the time of the crime, there was a pro wrestling match scheduled. Something you'd never miss.
I didn't watch that one, no siree. I was doing my job just like I was supposed to. I just bit the inside of my mouth.
Oh no! This guy doesn't know when to give up. Mr. Filch, someone even circled the match. It was you, right?
Yipes!
Not only that, you even told me you watched it. You said, and I quote, "It was a complete disaster." So, do you admit to slacking off?
You can't trick me with your ready poo lawyer talk. I'm one of them professional types too. I can do double duty watching TV and the foyer at the same time.
The only thing Filch can claim to be a professional of is professional thief.
Mr. Justice, you would have this court believe the witness was slacking off?
That's correct. He claims to have been watching TV and the foyer at the same time. That's nothing but a bald-faced lie.
Bold, you say, but I'm not the one who's lying. Perhaps you meant the witness, Mr. Justice. And in that case, let's see what evidence you can offer. You claim Mr. Filch is lying about watching TV and the foyer simultaneously. Now prove it.
Again? Hang on.
You know which evidence this is, Kai. You have to know which evidence this is.
It's...
No.
Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's the plan, isn't it? It's this.
Oh yeah, which shows that his TV faces away from the foyer.
Yeah, okay.
Take that!
Please take a look at the direction the TV is facing in this diagram. Now, unless Mr. Filch has eyes where his right ear should be, I think it would be impossible to watch the foyer entrance and the TV at the same time.
Why, yes, someone watching TV there couldn't possibly see the entrance.
Exactly, and that means Mr. Filch, you were slacking off and were not watching the foyer as you claim.
Yipes! The bag's out of the cat. I mean the other way around.
I don't remember at all what voice I was doing for this guy last time.
Order! But Mr. Justice, is Mr. Filch's less than stellar work ethic relevant to this case?
It's very relevant because while he was slacking off watching TV, there really could have been a Temataro impersonation.
Objection!
What now?
Granted, this Tanuki was lax in his duties, but he still had the foyer entrance covered.
What are you talking about?
The camera.
Yeah.
This.
I'm not a mind reader. Ah!
Auditory sense.
Oh, okay.
His eyes may have been slacking off, but his ears were still hard at work. Right, Tanuki?
They were. I mean, yes, they were.
But you already admitted to slacking off. Now you say you weren't.
My eyes might be lazy, but my ears ain't. I would have heard anyone in the foyer. You see, the foyer floor and stairway get all creaky squeaky when someone walks on them. I need to move my water. Creak, creak, creak. Loud enough to wake the dead, I reckon.
So you're saying you didn't hear anybody walk by?
Yep, my ears are working full time, so who's the liar now, you no good shyster?
A lying thief calling me a shyster. This has to be the low point of my fledgling career.
Gotta hand it to you, Mr. Black Quill, sir. You really are something else. I mean, you don't miss a thing, and them bags under your eyes, they're darker than mine. Fair warning, Mr. Filch. Taka is particularly fond of tanuki. Should you lie to this court again, you may suddenly find yourself on the menu.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Please don't eat me, Mr. Taka, sir.
The witness will henceforth testify truthfully under penalty of painful bird attacks. And with
Under
that in
penalty
mind,
of bird.
the court requests that the witness revise his testimony accordingly.
Ears working overtime. It's true. I was watching a pro wrestling match on the office TV. My eyes might have been slacking off of my ears. They were working overtime. The floor there's all creaky squeaky like. No way I would have missed someone walking by. So you see, there weren't no Tenma Taro in the foyer. Something there's gotta be wrong.
Yeah.
Superstition is the religion of the feeble minds. Understand? A simple, rational explanation is best. Forget yokai, demons, and such. We must use common sense, for lacking that, our entire world would be but upside down.
Says the convict prosecutor, who is totally a sign of the end times for the legal world.
And besides, if there were any yokai roaming about, I'd nab them and sell them to the zoo. I wonder whether Jinxie was just seeing things.
That seems to be the general consensus, but I'm sticking to my guns.
But if we can't prove she saw Tenma Taro, the mayor's sure to be convicted.
Then we better hope my guns fire bullets, not BBs.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Okay. You are paid for your work, aren't you? So how do you justify watching TV on the job?
But it ain't easy being me. I mean, I can't watch TV when we have visitors and there's no way to record stuff.
Sorry, am I supposed to be consoling you over your first world problems?
If those are his only problems, he should consider himself lucky.
I guess pro wrestling's serious business to Mr. Filch. You lied earlier about taking your guard duty seriously, didn't you?
Oh, that? Ain't no harm in bending the truth a little, right? Listen to me, you little tanuki. Lie again, and Taka shall feast upon that forked tongue of yours. Yikes! Sorry, just let me keep my tongue.
At least leave it until we get the truth out of him in any case.
You were negligent in your duties, were you not? Yes, sir, I was, sir, but it ain't like that.
So, you have pretty good ears, Mr. Filch.
As good as they come, I'd say. Ain't nothing to hear a creaky floor. Plus, that Tenmataro makes a sound when he goes by. It's like a jingle jangle.
Jingle jangle? How does he do that?
It's that staff of his. That's what jingle jangles. What's he talking about, Apollo?
Beats me, but I guess Tenmataro has a staff that makes noise.
Crimson saying your game audio again.
Okay. Oh, are you kidding me? Why is it doing that? Okay. Thanks, OBS.
Oh, I missed that other line.
Oh.
Oops. Come to think of it. Oh. Come to think of it, didn't Jinxie mention something like that too? She said she saw Tenmataro. Now it's gone for me.
Oh.
She said she saw Tenmataro holding a staff-like object that made a jangly sound.
OBS is a perfect program with absolutely no flaws. So true. So true.
OBS can eat shit.
I guess that's the source of the noise then.
Well, Mr. Justice, Mr. Filch says Tenmataro jingle jangles. Would you consider that vital information?
Yes.
Yes.
Extremely vital. I request it be added to his testimony. The staff would have gone jingle jangle. Okay, wait. What was Jinxie's statement again? He was carrying a staff that jingled. Should I put this again? No, but that's not a contradiction. Is it?
I don't...
I didn't press that too. So, Temataro's staff makes a distinctive sound.
Yep, like a jingle and a jangle. Wait, Jinxie said something blah 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 blah, something making a jingly sound.
I think we're missing something here, but I can't quite put a finger on it. Perhaps I should take a look at the core record again. Wait. No, where's that one picture? This one. Because I don't think the...
Objection!
Okay. Temataro's staff would make a jangly sound, you say? Well, I'm going to say that your story doesn't add up.
Is there something that the defense would like to share with the court?
Is
Mr.
there something the
Filch!
defense would like to add to the players?
You what?
There's something the defense would like to
No,
explain to the
because
players?
in this image, he doesn't. Temataro's doesn't have a staff in like the official like portrayal of him
In the lore?
in the lore. Yeah, but the only way he would like it was only the fake Temataro that had the staff, like the murderer. Mr. Filch, you say that you didn't see Temataro on the day of the incident. Why then did you assume just now that Temataro would be holding a staff?
Huh?
You see, the Temataro Jinxie saw held a staff in his hands, and she described its sound just like you did, as a kind of jangly sound.
Yeah, so he was holding a staff. What's your point?
The point is that Temataro doesn't use a staff. Not normally.
What are you talking about?
You see, this is the only known document depicting Temataro. Is there a staff in that picture, Mr. Filch?
You're right. There's no staff, not even a cane or a walking stick.
Ah!
So the question is, why does the witness think Temataro uses a staff?
I believe the answer will overturn the prosecution's case on the most basic level.
Well now, this is getting interesting.
All right, Mr. Justice, it's time to show the court where you're going with this. Please tell the court why Mr. Filch believes Temataro carries a staff.
Mr. Filch actually saw Temataro right after the crime occurred. That's the only way he could possibly know about the staff.
Busted again!
Bloody hell, you duplicitous little.
Yes, how'd that feel, Blackwell? Not so fun when you're on the receiving end of the blade, is it? Admit it, Mr. Filch. You did see Temataro that day, didn't you? Well?
I'm begging you. Please don't make me say it.
But clearly you did see Temataro. Stop stalling and testify to the fact.
No can do. No way, no how. You ain't got no idea how terrifying he can be.
He? Mr. Filch still won't admit to seeing Temataro, even though everyone knows he did. The question now is why?
Mr. Filch is scared to death.
Is that why he can't admit the truth?
Come to think of it.
I'll be jinxy. They say you must not gaze upon Temataro, but in the event you do look, and then tell anyone what you saw, Temataro will claim your soul.
Jinxie would admit to seeing Temataro after hearing. Blah, blah. Hang on, I'll just bit this out of my mouth again. That's the worst bit. You bite once and then suddenly you bite. Jinxie wouldn't admit to seeing Temataro after hearing about the village superstitions. She said that it will load in a second. If she told anyone that she had seen Temataro, he'd claim her soul.
Wait, you think Filch believes that too?
So Mr. Big Time City Slicker lawyer has heard about him? Them old village superstitions?
Will the defense please explain what the witness is talking about?
The people of Ninetales Vale believe some pretty strange things, and their superstitions may be the reason our witness here can't admit the truth. The truth that he really did see Temataro.
Darn straight, that's why! It's all right here!
Oh my god, a book titled Village Superstitions. Do not gaze upon Temataro, do not tell others if you see him. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it, your immediate departure from the village. Freeing him will bring ruin upon the village. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul?
See? That's why us folks in Ninetale Vale can't talk about seeing Temataro.
That clears up one mystery. The killer took advantage of the superstitions by wearing a Temataro costume. They knew that that way no one could talk about him, so it was as if he never existed. The defense holds that this Temataro impersonator is the true killer.
What?
Objection!
He's on a box.
Superstitions, you say? What kind of a fool would actually believe such rubbish? And would that using some silly fairy tale could so easily expose the culprit? You'll need to come up with a more rational, common sense explanation than that.
Your common sense seems awfully narrow-minded to me, Prosecutor Blackwell.
Objection!
Try living in my world of narrow cells, mortal danger, and dark sleepless nights. There is no lack of superstitions in the Clink, but few are those who truly believe in them.
Objection!
Well, the village superstitions are real enough to the people of Ninetales Vale. A life or death superstition might make even you a believer. Oh my god. The feather fell out of his mouth.
No! Logic, my one weakness!
Order! Order, I say!
You fool of a tanuki! 2 times now your lives have cost me!
Sorry, I promise not to do it again.
The stupid smirk! Taka, my fine feathered friend, have at him!
Yes, he's gonna eat me alive! Head for the hills!
Ah, he took off.
Bailiff, what are you waiting for? After him! And with your fastest men!
That's certainly not something you see every day.
Well, it would seem a new and important fact has come to light. A third party disguised as the yokai Temataro was at the scene. And now we have 2 witnesses who can attest to that fact. Any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell?
He's just gonna go, huh. Oh!
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh. Ah! His shackles. Oh god. Oh my god. I'm too young to die.
Justice Dono. Long has it been since I've been forced to draw my blade. You had best say your prayers.
Ah! Oh god.
Why did they let him have a blade?
Right?
Detective, do something!
Have no fear, Fulbright is here. When the going gets tough, the champion of justice gets going.
Then get going already before he kills us.
Oh, but I stand in awe of Simon Blackquill, for it is his sense of justice that set him free.
My guy, he's a criminal.
Objection! Objection! I object to Detective Fulbright's definition of justice!
Oh my god.
Silence.
Oh.
Whoa.
Huh. I'm not in the habit of cutting down unarmed cowards.
Oh, well, in that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, can I ask you to, you know...
I think the judge forgot he's in charge here.
So, Justice Dono's assertion is this. Tenma Taro is the real killer, not Mayor Tenma. According to him, there was a yokai at the scene of the crime.
Right, and that yokai, or rather whoever was impersonating him, killed Alderman Kyubi.
Silence.
Dude, stop telling people to shut
My
up,
god!
Jesus! Here to explain why Jinxie, being the first to discover the murder, did not see your alleged killer yokai there in the Fox Chamber.
We literally just went over this. She walked past him. What? He's right. She said nothing about Temataro being in the Fox Chamber. No, but he came from- Oh, they're so stupid! Did we not just go over this? I'm going to murder them all with my bare hands.
With your bare hands? I thought you were a dragon.
Oh my god. We're going round in circles. Oh my god.
Let me enlighten you. These people are so fucking dumb.
God.
That little scamp heard a dying scream right before she opened the chamber door.
And your point is?
Upon opening the door, she found a freshly skewed murder victim, the Alderman, and the homicidal maniac who had killed him, the mayor.
No, that must have been someone dressed up like Ah!
Then why does that little scamp claim not to have seen a yokai in the Fox Chamber?
Considering her father is accused of murder, surely she would have mentioned any third party that might have been in the room.
I
Unless
don't
she thought
understand.
she was gonna die.
Why didn't she see Temataro inside the Fox Chamber? Because he already left the Fox Chamber!
There is but one way to find out. Ask Jinxie Tenma whether she saw your killer yokai at the scene of the crime.
Uh-oh.
The final battle draws nigh. Only one of us will leave here alive. Long has my blade thirsted for blood. At long last, it shall be sated.
Wait. This is still a trial, right?
Show me what you're truly capable of, Justice Dono.
Not the
Very well,
VoD.
then. Both parties no doubt need some time to regroup. So the court will take a 10-minute recess in order to... Yeah!
3 minutes.
I am sorry, but... A 3-minute recess?
Just so. Plenty of time if your destination of intent is the loo.
I think he is British.
He's meant to be British. Some of the phrases he's been coming out with.
Yeah.
The loo? You mean the bathroom?
Sheesh, at least include enough time to wash our hands. My god.
See that you take no more than 3 minutes. All latecomers will be punished.
Yes, sir. I hereby declare a 3-minute recess before the battle begins.
I declare Prosecutor Blackquill the winner of this round of Simon Says.
Doesn't bode well for us if the prosecutor is running the show, does it? Whew, okay.
Cheese 'em.
This is going so well. Wow.
He busted out of his shackles.
Yeah, what was that all about? Guess they don't make shackles like they used to.
Better be careful, Apollo. You've really brought out the samurai in him. Especially after you proved there was a Tenma Taro impersonator at the manor.
What's with that guy and the whole samurai act anyway? Oh, Tenma. Oh. Thanks, Ame, for the health checks.
Okay, hang on. I gotta get up. I'm sat really bad as well. I got bored, so I put my feet up on my bed.
Let me roll
Don't get
for
me
this
wrong,
guy.
is where they will be going back to, but maybe I'll sit up while I do it this time instead of laying down in my chair. Ugh. Okay.
Okay, well, I rolled a 3, so... I'm gonna use a different dice next time. I keep rolling odds on this one.
I'll roll a dice. Such fine swordsmanship. That is no mere act. Mr. Justice, it's high time I challenge this jailhouse prosecutor to a duel.
No, wait, let's save the dueling until after we prove your innocence.
I suppose it could wait till later.
Does anyone remember we're conducting a trial here? Athena, I'm gonna go wash up.
Remember what Blackquill said, Apollo. Don't be late.
I eat another one of these weird things and hope it's not as chewy as the last.
Now then, I believe our next witness is Miss Jinxie Tenma, a maid at QB Manor. I believe we can proceed now if the witness is ready, that is.
Oh, I was being Jinxie, wasn't I? Oh my god! What?
Nunari-han.
Okay. Leader of the 100 demons. He really does exist.
Wow, that is one well-polished tray.
The witness will show her face while in court, or her testimony will be inadmissible. What is it, my child?
Begone, Yudari-han! Leader of the 100 demons!
Oh my god, why does she think everybody's a demon?
You think I'm a yokai? Well, I was once known as a traditional monster of sorts. The beast of the bar, the demon of due process, if you will.
charm has no effect!
The Demon of Due Process? Not sure I can see that one.
Now, you little scamp.
Yes? Why does she not think he's a yokai?
I trust you know, because he's got a bird with him, probably. I trust you know why you're here. He's also got iron on, so that's usually... Demons don't usually do all the iron, I think.
Bags.
Bags? Oh, that tricksy tanuki? Try the noodle stand. And go enjoy a big bowl of tanuki tail noodles while you're at it.
Everyone's a comedian. No, I mean, your bags. The ones underneath your eyes. You must have trouble sleeping. Here, this charm will keep Azuki-arai. Will keep Azuki-arai away.
Azuki-arai? The yokai that washes Azuki beans? The only thing needing washing will be your father's neck before I take his head clean off.
Azuki-arai often keeps people up at night with the noise he makes washing beans. But if you stick this charm on your forehead, you won't hear him anymore.
Is that so? Well, thank you.
Help?
Looks like Prosecutor Blackquill got more than he bargained for.
They're bad enough alone, but together those two are just plain creepy.
That's mean, Apollo.
Yeah.
Your testimony, if you please, Miss Tenma. Specifically whether or not you saw Temataro when you discovered the crime scene.
Did I see Temataro in the fox chamber? Well, when I opened the door... I saw... Yes, now I remember. Yokai! Yokai right there in that room. So there was a yokai at the scene of the crime. Lots and lots of them. Wait, more than one yokai? Did Temataro happen to be among them? I don't know. I just don't know. All I know is the room was swimming in yokai. Kasha, Nurikabe, Seto Taisho. They were all there.
Well, this is an unexpected turn of events. We've gone from no yokai to a flood of them.
This is ludicrous. You would have this court listen to this delusional little scamp's testimony?
Hold it!
Oh.
Your Honor, I believe her memory is simply clouded by fear. But a quick therapy session should ease her mind.
They're gonna do therapy in the middle of court.
With the court's permission, of course.
What a fabulous idea. Is it? Please proceed, Miss Sykes.
Bro, you sure you know what you're doing, Athena?
She's obviously not herself. The trauma of discovering that crime scene and fear of testifying have her dazed and confused. A regular ball of confusion. But my analytical psychology-based approach should be able to help.
Any objections, Prosecutor Blackquill? Shall we let Miss Sykes proceed?
It makes no difference to me. Do as you will, but I doubt we shall get any viable testimony. She'd be better served by bearing witness to the sword skills I forged in a distant land.
I'll show you.
Here we go.
Found something. Looks like out of control emotion.
Athena, what exactly are we looking at here?
Oh, this? It's one of Widget's function. Right here, you can see images and emotions extracted from the witness's voice.
Whoa, you mean that little thing can do all this?
Pretty cool, huh?
And here I thought it was just some kid's toy.
Unfortunately, all I'm getting is an overflow error right now. See how sad is brightly lit there at the bottom left? She's under an uncontrollable amount of distress, which is masking her other emotions. It seems the sheer terror she experienced has made her a confused mess.
So, all those yokai she thinks she saw are a product of rampant emotions?
Yes, that's right. Her fear has instilled in her hallucinations and false memories. She's seeing normal, everyday objects as monsters in her mind. It's a form of schizophrenic hallucination brought on by emotional trauma. And the drama in Jinx's case is fear.
So she was, and still is, seeing ordinary objects as yokai.
We'll have to find the root cause of her extreme fear before I can treat it. Now, let's see. Apollo, can you point out the yokai on the Wheel of Fire? She seems particularly terrified of that one. Start by pressing probe. Next, point to what's causing Jinxie's out-of-control emotion. Finally, hit probe again to try and get to the heart of the matter.
Okay, let's give this a try. Okay. Oh, left, okay.
Got it!
Jinxie, what's the name for that yokai on a Wheel of Fire? That's Akasha. A yokai that steals the bodies of the recently deceased. I bet it came to steal the aldermans. It's almost creepy how well that fits the actual situation.
Exactly. It's a form of hallucination where the patient can't see things for what they are. There must be something at the scene of the crime that she's mistaking for Akasha. Apollo, you need to point out what she thought was a yokai on a Wheel of Fire.
A cat? I think
There's
I
a
know
chandelier.
the answer now. Oh yeah. Jinxie, that wasn't Akasha you saw. Could you have possibly mistaken this for Akasha? Yeah, it's gotta be this, right?
Take that!
The light fixture? This one right here. It has a flame design and is up there on the ceiling. There was never a yokai on a Wheel of Fire. The Akasha you saw was just a light fixture. Okay.
That's one memory back to normal. Nice job! Now that you've got the hang of it, it should be a cinch to point out the rest.
Oh, yay, mini games. Jinxie, what about this white wall-like monster? That's Nurikabe. It's a wall monster that blocks your way or leads you astray. That's no yokai, Jinxie. It's a folding screen.
Okay, it's not gonna have you point them all out then.
Okay. And this raccoon dog isn't a tanuki monster, it's just the statue of one. And look, these are just coffee cups. And this right here, it's nothing more than a fox statue. I don't know what I was thinking.
Or her plate broke.
You did it, Apollo! Her extreme fear is under control now.
It was all just my eyes playing tricks on me. There weren't any yokai after all.
See? See? A clear-cut statement. That's the power of my psychology and your intuition, Apollo. And just like we thought, there never really were any yokai in the Fox Chamber.
Right. There never really were any yokai there. So the defense is asserting the exact opposite of their original assertion.
Oh god. Wait. Jinxie, what about Temataro? There wasn't anyone there dressed up as Temataro or any other yokai either. I remember it clearly now. You've... They alternated that one.
Order! Order in the court!
I think we just dug our own grave.
Allow me to push you on in. It's the least I could do.
Oh. No!
Apollo! Can I
Excuse me.
Help?
Kamakura, yes, queen! Can I interrupt your freak out for just a minute? I'm still picking up some noise. It's an unexpected emotion.
Does that mean Jinxie hasn't remembered everything yet?
Exactly. We should be able to get something else out of her. I'll enter the new information we have and run an update.
Oh. Right?
Got it!
This one? This seems like an unnatural reaction.
Really? Because I don't see it that way.
So it isn't unexpected given her testimony? Oh.
Hello? Is there anybody in there?
Yes, there
I
is
think you need
someone
to keep
at home
going.
and that someone is going to try. Okay, wait, not that one. Oh, it's this section, okay. Okay. Wait, what am I supposed to do? Oh,
Try
okay.
to find the emotions that contradict her statement.
Yeah, blah 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 blah. Okay, thank you. Sudden changes. Oh, in the intensity. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, right. That one get... Huh. I'm so confused. What am I supposed to be looking for?
Why is she not surprised that nobody else is there?
That's true. Wait, let's see.
Got it!
This one? Is it not? Nope, nope.
Ah, fuck.
What about this one? Because this suddenly got a lot less.
Got it!
But that makes sense.
I guess. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
The amount of fear you felt is rather low despite your legs having given out from fright. Oh, that was fear? Okay. Could something have lessened your fear? Actually, I did experience a sudden burst of courage at that moment. You did? And where did it come from? Let me think. Oh, it was Mama. I suddenly felt as if she was there with me.
It's buzzing again.
Oh no. Wait. Okay.
Ba-ba-ba-bum. Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Okay. I'll enter sudden burst of courage. Now let's see. Ah, look. Apollo, the noise is all gone. Jinxie seems to have remembered everything now.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
A sudden burst of courage. Now, where could that have come from? Jinxie, was there something that gave you a sudden burst of courage? Yes, there was, but I realized I had done something naughty when I thought about it later.
Any idea what could have given Jinxie that courage?
Well, there is one piece of evidence that comes to mind. I wonder if she saw something like it at the scene of the crime. Jinxie, did your sudden burst of courage have anything to do with this flower?
Take that!
Jinxie, you didn't happen to see a nine-tails flower there at the scene, did you? Ah, the demon lawyer strikes again. I can't hide anything from you. I found a small case with a picture of a nine-tails flower on it. I liked it so much I kept it. You what? You can't remove evidence from the crime scene.
That's right, young lady. Removing evidence is a big no-no. Now, the witness will produce said evidence this instant.
Sorry.
It does seem to be some sort of case. Oh, look, something slid out.
Oh, it's a key.
It appears to be a key.
Might I have a look at your baldness? This is none other than the master key to QB Manor.
Are you certain of this, Prosecutor Blackwell?
It matches the serial number of the key that went missing after the murder.
A master key that went missing. Why don't I like the sound of that?
Our little scamp here has stumbled upon an article of unimaginable consequence.
That's a little melodramatic, don't you think?
Heed these words, for I shall say them but once. The sole key to the Fox Chamber has been in this little scamp's constant possession. Ergo, she was the sole person who could use it before, during, and after the murder. Which leaves the master key as the only other key that could have opened the chamber. But this master key was found in a room that had been locked by this girl.
And your point is?
Until Jinxie Tenma opened the Fox Chamber with her key, the room had been locked tight from the outside world. And there was no one else in there save the victim and his killer. I trust you have figured it out for yourself by now. A killer other than Mayor Tenma himself would be utterly inconceivable.
No!
Objection!
How could this happen?
The defense's assistant will refrain from growling her frustrations.
Athena, are you alright?
I know Mayor Tenma's innocent, but there's nothing we can do! This sucks.
Sykes, Dono, allow me to put you out of your misery.
Can I decline your offer?
Abandon your client and your misplaced faith in him. Let the relief of a clear head and a clean conscience come rushing in. That will make the inevitable guilty verdict far easier to accept.
Great, now he's playing Simon Says with us. Well, he's not gonna fool us with his stupid mind games. Athena, don't fall for his tricks.
I'm the one who's dazed and confused. I can't even think straight.
Hey, are you alright? She fell right into his trap.
Now, I suggest you make a mad dash from the courtroom and into the wild blue yonder. Only by running shall your mind be cleared and your conscience cleansed.
Objection!
Alright, I'll be back in 10.
Stay with me, Athena! Don't let yourself be twisted by that samurai.
The English samurai.
The English samurai.
Apollo?
Mr. Justice, I heard the word objection, but what is it you object to?
Huh? Oh, right. That objection was more of a reflex than anything else. Though I was hoping something would come to me while I was trying to stop Athena.
The court is waiting, Mr. Justice, though as it stands now, I'll be forced to declare your client guilty and your legal skills suspect if this is it. Now, do you have anything you could overturn the prosecution's case?
Well, actually I do. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine.
Oh my god.
Apollo! You do have something more than your cords of steel, don't you?
Not really, but we'll be fine.
but
I've got absolutely nothing, but that's never stopped me before. I have to explain how the real killer could have escaped that locked room, because it's all over if I don't.
easy. Apollo, this calls for a new approach. Try to think outside the box.
Or in this case, inside the box. And what a doozy that locked room is too. There's a vent in there though.
Exactly.
Well, Mr. Justice, do you have anything that can counter the prosecution's argument?
You bet I do! The real killer must have escaped from the locked room one way or another.
Vague conjecture shall only earn you a taste of my blade, Justice Dono.
Time to do or die, literally.
The defense will now explain how it would be possible to escape the locked room.
You sure about this, Apollo? Can you really explain what happened?
I'm fine! We just need to think this whole escaping a locked room thing over from the beginning. So, let's see. If the killer had escaped, how could they have done so? Let me save just in case.
The choices are pretty limited. The room has a window, but it doesn't open wide enough for anyone to get through. And there's a sheer cliff outside. As for the air vent, it's up too high, and there's nothing you could stand on to reach it. And needless to say, the Forbidden Chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did, so that's out.
Yeah, that's why we gotta keep the solution simple. Like they say, simple is best. We need to rule out all of the absolutely impossible escape routes. Then whatever's left just might lead us to how the Fox Chamber was compromised. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the killer escaped through here, the air duct.
Take that!
And just how did the killer escape through there, Mr. Justice?
No! It's not the air duct?
You know, we couldn't get into the Forbidden Chamber, but maybe if that's because somebody was in there.
But it was locked from the outside. The window was a no-go, the door was locked.
Try the Forbidden Chamber anyway. For a laugh.
Take that!
Nope. Maybe I just need to pick the like the end of the air duct. Wait. Because there's nothing else it could be.
Take that!
No. What? It's not the air duct? What about if I tried this side of the air duct?
Take that!
Nope. Okay, so it's not the air duct.
Try to the foyer.
To the what? Like here?
Yeah.
Take that!
I don't think that's it.
You haven't tried the window.
No, but it can't
Or
be
the
window.
door.
We haven't
The
tried
door.
the door, that's true.
Take that!
Oh. Okay.
The hallway
God.
door.
Why are we dumb?
Well, yes, I suppose that would be the only way out.
It would appear you've already forgotten. The only available key until Jinxie Tenma came on scene was within that locked room. How would one exit the Fox Chamber and then lock it without a key,
I should have seen this coming.
Remember, Apollo, keep it simple.
simple, right? I could understand if the killer had exited the room with the key, but...
Maybe the killer did exit the room with the key.
Yeah.
How much of a gap is into that door?
The prosecution has some fine Japanese steel waiting unless you explain yourself quickly.
God.
I'm fine. I can explain myself. The reason the Fox Chamber's hallway door was locked was because... This one, right? It has to be.
Yeah.
What if the room was locked from the outside? In other words, the killer took the key through the hallway door, then locked it. Yeah!
Consider this. The master key was found inside the tightly locked Fox Chamber. Any assertion that the key was removed from that room is a blatant contradiction of fact.
What if it was a different key?
Exiting the room before locking the door would require taking the key outside. But the key was found inside the room, which does seem like a contradiction.
If only we could explain both, like how the key could be inside the room and be used to lock the door from outside.
Well, let's see if the defense can respond before Prosecutor Blackwell draws his sword. How could the master key be at the crime scene despite the room being locked tight?
Ooh.
I think he threw it in from... Although, what do they mean by outside, though? Like outside, or like outside the door?
Yeah, like through the window? Like, through the air duct? I'm gonna save again.
We know they didn't change the lock because Jinxie can still lock and unlock
Yeah.
it.
What if someone threw it into the room from outside? You know, something like go out in the hallway door, lock the room, and then toss the key back in through the window. That would explain how the master key could be inside the locked room.
And where would you throw it from? There is a cliff outside the Fox Chamber's window. Throwing the key in from there is an impossibility.
Oh. Right. Ah!
I wonder if the key could have been tossed in from somewhere other than the window.
Somewhere other than the window. The air duct!
Whoa!
Could the key have been tossed in from somewhere other than the window?
Take that!
Is it finally time? Yes!
The air vent!
Yes. The window may be out of the question, but the air vent's not.
Oh, that's right. The Fox Chamber's air duct leads out into the hallway.
That's right. The real killer entered the air duct from the vent outside the Fox Chamber, then dropped the key into the room through the vent inside the chamber. That's so stupidly convoluted.
That's preposterous.
Oh, that explains how the key got in there after it was used to lock the door perfectly.
Mr. Justice, I'm afraid I'm a bit confused.
Don't worry. I'll explain it so even your honor can understand.
Ooh, burn.
First, the real killer, disguised as Hamataro, murdered the alderman in the Fox Chamber. Then they fled the room through the hallway door and locked it. Next, they entered the air duct from the vent outside the hallway. This is such a stupid way to do this. Finally, the killer tossed the key into the room through the air vent in the ceiling there. All that was left to do after that was go back through the duct and flee the manor. Well, Your Honor, could that be any clearer?
Amazing! Even I could follow that!
The judge seems really pleased.
That explains everything. The killer was someone dressed up like Hamataro. There was someone else other than the mayor and the alderman in that room. Hey, looks like that lawyer's been beaten. The words. That massive forehead of his seems so much more attractive now.
Order! Order! Order, I say!
Now that I've proved a possible third party, I don't see how our client could be guilty.
A valiant effort, Justice Dono, but your final thrust missed its mark. Both that little scamp and the tricksy Tanuki saw the yokai after it left the room. That irksome yokai simply go through the foyer and waltz right out the front door?
That's exactly
Yeah,
what
probably.
happened. The killer fled from the- ouch!
But that is impossible without being spotted by the foyer's security camera, that is. The electric eye here would have captured any pesky little yokai trying to escape. Up, game.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Crimson says game.
thank you. Oh, I have to do this regularly. Okay.
However, there is no sign of Tenmataro anywhere in the security footage.
What?
Save for the foyer entrance, there is no other way to flee the manor, is there?
I don't feel so good.
Sorry, I'm choking.
Don't die.
Wait, I believe there is one other way to escape besides the foyer entrance. There's a large window in the foyer. It's possible to escape through there without being seen by the security camera.
Hey, you're right.
Silence.
Shut the fuck up. Must I point out every crucial detail to the defense? It seems you lack not only brains, but investigative prowess to boot. That is the cliff side of the manor. The only killer escaping that way would be a dead one.
Wait, so the killer didn't escape out the foyer window?
What the heck, right?
Ha! I suppose your next proposal is the killer sprouted wings and flew off into the sunset.
Actually, yes it is. That would mean the killer really was a yokai.
If only we had some sort of evidence that could point to a flying killer.
But we do! Who's saying we don't? As completely far-fetched as it might be.
What? You're saying you can prove the killer could fly?
Oh, I thought I was the one with the cords of steel.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Your Honor?
What evidence do you have that the killer flew away?
And this one.
Take that!
Take a look at this special edition paper.
Tenmataro, real or flight of fancy? What does this article prove, Mr. Justice?
The photo in the article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in that photo is the killer shortly after they fled out of the window?
Mr. Justice, you're not seriously suggesting.
Oh, I'm serious. I mean, it all adds up. The killer, disguised as Tenmataro, flew away. You know, by some way or another.
Silence.
It is your brain that has flown the coop. That image is not but trick photography or some other form of artifice.
Okay, then, how about the Tenmataro figure Mr. Filch saw? It just vanished into thin air?
No, there is a rational common sense explanation for that. That infernal yokai our tricksy Tanuki witness never reached the entrance. He, or should I say she, turned back before the camera's electric eye.
She? I don't like where this is going one bit.
Now, the fact that we know the yokai had come from the Fox Chamber means that it was likely either Mayor Damien Tenma or his daughter, Jinxie Tenma. However, we know that Mayor Tenma was already unconscious at that time.
Not good. Not good at all.
Do you understand the gravity of the situation now, Justice Dono? The falsified yokai remnants. And the appearance of Tenma Taro were the work of one individual. And that individual is none other than Jinxie Tenma.
Oh boy. Ah, no!
Order! Order! The defense will stop competing for the greatest freakout ever.
The little scamp was, no doubt, simply trying to protect her father. And it's no wonder that her superstitious mind conjured up this mad masquerade.
Prosecutor Blackwell's assertion makes perfect sense to me. It's far more convincing than saying the killer escaped by flying out of the window.
Did you truly believe this could end any other way?
Did we fall right into his trap?
What do we do now, Apollo?
Our case no longer stands without a real yokai. If only we had one.
Bailiff, seize her. It is time I interrogated her as the samurai of Yorewood.
Bro. Who? Oh, yeah, of course.
Demon
Metema?
Daddy.
This farce is over. How does it feel seeing your own daughter accused of a cover-up most foul? Tenma Taro's true identity is. Now, Mr. Mayor. It would be futile at this point to claim you were the yokai. After all, you had been knocked out cold by a blow to the skull. Slipping into a yokai costume and roaming about the manor would be all but impossible. Consider this well. As it stands, your daughter will be arrested for obstruction of justice. But if you confess, the prosecution would be willing to overlook her little yokai farce.
Confess. The defendant intends to confess.
Wait!
Apollo! Prosecutor Blackwell's up to his mind games again!
Metema, no. Don't fall for his twisted words. If you're sent away for murder, Jinxie will be left all alone.
The real killer is...
Mayor Tenma's going to confess unless we do something!
But I can't prove how the real killer could have flown away. Wait, what?
Caw. Caw, caw, caw. Look upon me in despair, for ripe is the time for my return.
Uh-oh, I should watch what I wish for.
Caw, 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 caw! Foolish mortals! I am Tenma Taro, the yokai you seek.
Metema.
Silence! I am Tenma Taro, freed from the bonds binding me to the Forbidden Chamber. Behold, the return of the Demon King!
Well, what the...
Demon King?
Well then, I think it's time for me to take a vacation!
What the fuck is this trial?
This has gone in a direction.
The witness will, he will explain himself. Are you saying you're Tenma Taro, the yokai we've been chasing this whole time?
Indeed, it is I, Tenma Taro, the one whom you seek, come to reveal the truth. This child is Tenma Taro, you say? Ha, what nonsense.
So, Metema is a yokai now.
Caw, 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 his body is now mine!
So you're saying that Mayor Tenma is being possessed by you? And that the yokai that Jinxie Tenma and Phineas Filch saw, and the one captured in the newspaper photo, those were all you?
The accursed power of these warding charms prevents me from revealing my true form. These two have had enough.
God.
Your baldness. Can this not be interpreted as an admission of guilt?
Well, a confession by a yokai would be quite unprecedented.
Be that as it may, the defense's case has been overturned.
Huh? What?
You claimed the yokai that little scamp saw was some third party. The true killer. The one who escaped from the locked fox chamber, but it was the accused all along.
Ah!
Ironic, is it not? Your yokai turned out to be real in a manner of speaking. For the older man's killer is none other than Mayor Tenma. And the yokai at the scene? That too was Mayor Tenma, or should I say, our dear Tenma Taro.
Oh, they fucked it.
The pieces have all fallen into place.
How so, Prosecutor Blackwell?
Huh. It seems I must spell it all out for you. Mayor Tenma killed the older man in the fox chamber, which was locked at the time. He then removed the warding charms from the forbidden chamber's door. But then fell unconscious from the blow the older man had delivered to his head. That's when his daughter, Jinxie Tenma, stumbled on the scene of the crime. The little scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Tenma Taro, freed at last from the charm's warden effect, took possession of the mayor. The newly freed Tenma Taro then fled from the fox chamber. So you see, the yokai Jinxie Tenma saw was her father possessed by Tenma Taro. This is the dumbest fucking shit.
But
Y'all
when
go
we,
back to
right?
jail.
But when we arrived
Get
on the scene, the mayor was found unconscious. How is that possible if he was supposed to have flown out the foyer window?
Then what? Do you mean to say the maid of QB Manor, Jinxie Tenma, was Tenma Taro?
Oh. Ah!
Caw. That too is easily explained. Flew about for a time, did I, but presently tried, I made for the forbidden chamber. But alas, exhaustion took me unawares in the fox chamber, and I knew no more. It would seem all the pieces are still in place.
Is Blackwell up to his tricks again?
I don't know what to say. Is the defendant a real life?
The rumor about Matema is true. I knew yokai were real. You mean he really did kill the alderman just so he could release Temataro?
Order! Order!
Now he's got everyone in the courtroom believing in yokai.
It's Simon Says on steroids. He wants to convict our client any way he can, even if it means blaming a yokai.
The proverbial ducks are all in a row. You should now have no qualms about finding the accused guilty, your baldness.
Oh, I keep forgetting I'm the judge.
This is one of the most bizarre cases in my entire career. Otherworldly, in fact. Can yokai even be prosecuted under our legal system?
Objection!
Matema is just pretending to be Temataro to protect his daughter. Plus, I already proved how a third party could have escaped from the locked room. A verdict at this point would be premature.
Since both sides have raised valid points, I have no choice but
Silence!
This is the dark age of law where defense attorneys are not to be trusted. This is but a ploy to gain time for them to fabricate evidence. How will I sleep tonight? Knowing you will not let the sun rise on the mayor's day of reckoning. Justice Dono.
I won't fabricate any evidence.
Silence.
Then prove it by joining me. A night in the clink will ensure you will not succumb to temptation.
How about I just promise not to succumb to anything?
We have both evidence and a confession. The killer is this yokai before us. It is beyond dispute. A guilty verdict is all but no.
What's wrong with him?
Prosecutor Blackwell, we've had enough of your hijinks. The foundation of justice is fair play, and you are in serious violation of that.
I thought you were so, like, proud of his justice. What's happening now?
What in the devil was that? Fulbright, have you tampered with my shackles in some manner? It seems you found that quite shocking. It's my special Jolt of Justice device. Each press is a shocking reminder to behave.
My god.
You shall pay for this. Simon, Your Honor! You need not fear now. I believe Prosecutor Blackwell will remain on his best behavior. Your audio is weird again.
Oh, a bit late with the reassurances, aren't we, Detective? Where's the... Okay.
Well, in that case, this concludes today's deliberations. The prosecution and defense will use this opportunity to further their investigations. This court is adjourned.
Oh my god. That was longer than I expected.
It's not over?
Right? That was so long already.
This is only the second case. Why is it so long?
God. I wanted to finish this today. We continue?
Well, sure, but I think there's another investigation and then a trial.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I feel like the investigation probably won't be too long.
Well, the thing is, I don't think the next bit of the trial will be too long after the investigation either. It just depends. If you stopped now, what day would you be looking at doing it next week?
I mean, usually it would be Friday, but I can do whenever, to be honest.
I'd say, because it's the next 2 Fridays, I've got family birthdays. So I'm available on, like, the Thursday and the Saturday, but not the Friday.
Oh, okay, okay. I mean, we can do Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah? Alright.
Yeah.
Cool. We will finish that next time.
Woo!
Oh, I see Blackwell again on, like, chapter 5.
Can he piss off? Edward as well?
Yeah! Oh my god.
Why does everyone have glasses on?
Huh. Interesting.
Oh, that's technically the last trial for the game, so that would be where all the big story stuff happens.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Exciting. Yeah, this is only 2. That's kind of crazy. Ah, shit. Okay. Well. That was a lot, actually.
Something.
Yeah, I will end things here, and we will continue next time. Yippee! Okay. Bye!